Hi, good morning, Prafar.
Hey, good morning, Bushra. We'll wait for. Hi, Manikor. Hi. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for more people to join in and then we'll start. We anyhow have 4 minutes of buffer time right now. So I think Bangladesh is out of curfew now, right? People have started resuming offices and customers and partners are.
No, Bangladesh is not in any curfew, but we are not moving out because of for safety and nothing else.
Okay.
There is no curfew.
Okay. But by curfew, I mean the lockdown first.
Yes,
Yeah, one kind of
we are having that.
Okay.
We are having lockdown.
Right. Okay. But the situation is a little relaxed from a week back, right?
No, it's still going.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And how many cases in Bangladesh? Corona?
So far as the government news, almost around 3,000 affected and 101 died. So far as.
Okay. Yeah, Google shows 2,948.
Affected 2,948, death 101, and recover
85.
85.
Yeah.
Okay. I think in this whole subcontinent with all the SAARC countries, I think Nepal is the only country which had very, very few cases and they have almost recovered. Else India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, everyone has a decent number of cases. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope that you guys follow the orders from the government and just make sure that you're in your self-quarantine and self-lockdown period. And be safe, guys, please.
Yep. And pray for us.
Yeah. You guys pray for us and we'll pray for you.
Definitely.
It's bi-directional.
Yep.
Pray for ourselves, it won't work. If you pray for us, it might work.
Yeah, we have to do both. Pray and stay at home safely.
Correct. So I'm not being out from my home from past, more than 1 month.
Yeah, absolutely. In India, it is more than 1 month, yes.
I used to go to buy vegetables, fruits every after 4 days, I guess. Yes.
Moreover, I think everyone on the call, including us, Shashwat, we all are sales guys. We all are in a habit to, get out of our homes and go for meetings, be in cabs or metro or whatever local transport. And right now we are stuck at home for almost a month.
So I think we have more work to do when we are sitting at home because you are not traveling. So no travel time, sitting in a car for an hour or maybe 2 hours for a single meeting, right?
What about India? How many death cases are there right? So far.
So it's more than 100, I guess. So I stopped watching news because it always make you like what's happening and all. Let me check.
I think India confirmed that 18,601 and recovered 302,000. 3,250
roughly
and then 590.
Yeah,
Near about 600.
A couple of pocket of areas in India are recovering. So even after we have an extended lockdown till 3rd of May. So even after 3rd of May, couple of cities might not on the lockdown. They will continue being under lockdown, but a couple of cities will relax that.
Correct. We are also seeing asymmetric cases. So when you are infected with the asymmetric corona, so in that case you will not see any symptoms within yourself.
এদের তো লিখে দিতে হবে কার্ডটা কি
You heard that news, Pragar?
Yeah.
Asymmetric one, right?
Yes.
So you can basically you will spread corona to other people, but you will not see any symptoms within yourself, like
Yes.
no cold,
Asymmetric.
nothing.
This happened with one of the lady who traveled from Dubai to France. The very first case like this came, if you remember. We were discussing with boss as well.
Right.
I mean, you will not be affected, but you will be a carrier.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is asymmetric corona infected.
Okay.
So basically, in that case, you will not see any symptoms within your body. So basically, but what you will do, you are carrying coronavirus, and you will infect whoever you meet, right? So in that case, actually, the old people and the children, they are more prone to catch virus from the body who's carrying asymmetric coronavirus. And I guess we people like in Nepal, Bangladesh, India, we have more immunity because we eat home food all the time, and the kind of masala we use, that is like we use the same kind of stuff, right? While making food,
Exactly.
like dalchini, kali ilaichi, and all,
Our
right?
food habit is almost same in India,
Yeah,
and
correct.
Bangladesh.
Correct.
Food habit is same.
Exactly. So I guess that makes us more immune to these kind of disease. So that's why we have less cases as compared to foreign countries like America, Italy, France. So that is another thing. We are able to
Very good point.
handle the situation. Yeah. Because these people, actually foreign people, these people eat, most of the time they eat junk food, right? McD, KFCs.
They eat junk food. They don't have that much stronger immune, and that's why they are prone to asymmetric and symmetric.
Correct.
So I'll tell you, everyone, one of my brother-in-law is a American gentleman. Okay. So the sister had two marriages. One was in America and one was in Indian style. Now when these guys came to India with their family, my brother-in-law, we ordered very mild dal fry for them in the evening, and the next day all of them were sick. Their stomach cannot handle Indian spices, even the mildest of the spices. So yeah, that way we are very lucky that in this subcontinent we have that kind of food and raw spices which keeps our immunity built up. And also one important point I missed raising in the last session. If anyone in your family is a transplant patient of any organ, you all need to take care of them at a much more higher level, because transplant patients eat immunity reducing medicines, right? So these guys are more prone to the viruses. Just make sure that anyone if in your home had a transplant as a transplant history, please make sure that you guys take care of them. It's a very important point.
Okay. Yeah, it's important. I never heard this.
Yeah, so my father is a liver transplant patient, okay? So
Okay.
the liver transplant happened way back in 2009. And
Okay.
even today the doctor suggests that, because what happens is if there's an organ transplant in a particular body, the patient has to eat an anti-rejection medicine, which means an immunity reducing medicine, so that the patient body does not reject the foreign body organ, be it liver or lung
Oh,
or
wonderful.
kidney or whatever, right? So immunity has to be
I mean,
reduced.
he has immunity, but he don't have any kind of control to the foreign body.
Yes, the body can reject it, right? So we have to reduce the immunity of the patient. So if you come across anyone who has a history of transplant, or someone in their family has a history, please convey this to them. They have to be taken care much
Yeah,
more.
it's very important information.
Yeah. Also, since I see a lot of people on call now, we can have this discussion after call as well. We are trying to do one motivation session for our partners and customers in Sri Lanka. So if you all would like to have this session of 20-25 minutes for your region as well, I'll talk to Technics team also. If you all are okay, we can have that session for your region as well sometime next week. because since we all are, having a very, very monotonous life right now, since the lockdown, if something fun can be introduced in your life, we are more than happy to do that through Barracuda. Nothing product, nothing technical, just 20-25 minutes of session, little motivation, little fun. You guys can let me know if you all will be okay for that for next week.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. All right, Technics team, shall we start? I see 90 people there.
Yeah, I think we can start, right?
All right, Bishara. Shashwat, over to you. I think all of us know each other.
Hi everybody. Good morning everybody again.
Good morning again.
Morning. So I guess, okay. So we can start now. So many of you know me. My name is Shashwat. I handle pre-sales in Barracuda Networks, and I take care of half of the India and including Nepal and Bangladesh. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with the presentation. So today point of discussion is SD-WAN and advanced security. So the network parameter is collapsing. This is always a great place to start any conversation. These are three states of migration that typically happens as customers gradually migrate to the cloud or to the central data center, right? So most organizations are still over on the left hand side of this chart and might not even consider themselves a cloud prospect. In a recent survey, organizations on average leverage around 11 SaaS applications. With this in mind, there are already implications on security, connectivity, and application optimization that should be taken into consideration. As organizations gradually migrate to the right-hand side, the parameter becomes less and less well-defined until it almost completely disappears. Clearly, as this happens, the role of the firewall changes dramatically, such as network architecture and the placement and the use of certain security tools. So today's purpose of this presentation is to discuss these changes and how they will affect organization going forward. So the impact of cloud adoption. As soon as organizations start leveraging the cloud or move all application in an on-prem data center, they face new challenges with latency and bandwidth. In a recent survey addressing the challenges with only O365 deployments, around 70% of the users reported issues with latency or bandwidth on a weekly basis. Around a third of them face problem every day. So this illustrated the importance of making the network architecture fit for the organization. You guys, give me a sec. I got something on chat. So hey, Prakhar, can you please mute everybody? So people hey guys, if you want to ask any questions, you can post in a chat window. We will take all the questions one by one after 3-4 slides. Or you can interrupt me. That will be more better way to ask question. You just ask question in between any time on any slide. Please feel free to do that, right? Please unmute yourself and ask questions. So legacy WANs are not cutting it because they don't scale out for branch to cloud or branch to on-prem data center connectivity. To better explain what is meant by branch to cloud, it is better put into a context of how our traditional architecture has evolved over time. We start over with a typical headquarter location with firewall to provide access to the internet. The intense process such as deep inspection required that provided the type of security required at the time. Many vendors leaned towards building custom ASIC based firewall. This made them expensive as well. Over time, our business expanded to other branches offices, which required connectivity to custom applications and exchange servers, mail servers in any form. In your data center, costly point-to-point services were the only means to provide reliable bandwidth and secure connectivity for these offices, right? The problem is they too are very costly. Can you meet? Yeah. So the problem is they are too costly. I don't know about Bangladesh MPLS connectivity, but in India, yes, it is costly. And if you talk about any foreign country, customers or organization, they have to pay more than 1.5 lakh rupees per month for MPLS connectivity, even for like 2 MB of the dedicated pipe, right? But in India and Bangladesh, yes, it is not that much costly, but yes, there are problems with MPLS connectivities. Sometimes it goes down, fiber cutover, issues, no service provider support, something like that, right? So we are facing these challenges on daily basis. We are growing, right? Organizations, they are expanding. Nowadays, we also talk about IoT appliances. So over time, SaaS applications make an appearance and we migrate the data center based application to the cloud. They are attractive because they provide secure connectivity to critical applications without the need of for VPNing back to headquarter for connectivity, right? So we moved to some of the SaaS applications like O365, Salesforce. Then we moved our on-prem application to the cloud infrastructure like AWS, Google or AWS, Azure, right? Or maybe some dedicated MSP or service provider, right? So they have dedicated data centers where we keep our applications, maybe databases in our on-prem data center. So this is the scenario where we expose our branch and user to direct access to internet, and that is prone to infections with malware, viruses, connectivity, there are a lot of issues. So there is no point backhauling all the connections towards the on-prem data center and then sending back to the cloud platform. So here I have mentioned only the public cloud infrastructure, but you can also imagine like in India, we have NetMagic, we have Airtel data centers, we have huge data center hosted by the big system integrators, right? So customers, they like to host their application because they don't trust public cloud as on date. But yes, going further, maybe after 6 months or maybe an year, they would like to host their critical applications on public cloud. So that is our mindset that public cloud is not secure, but that is not the case, right? In cloud infrastructure like Google, Azure, AWS, there we have a shared security model. So the cloud platform, they take care of the infrastructure, virtual layer, virtual platform, the security of the data centers. But as we are offloading our on-prem applications to public cloud, we are hosting our applications on public cloud. So as a customer, it's our responsibility to take care of the security, whatever we are hosting on public cloud, because those applications are exposed to internet. So we can have the same sense of security which we are using in on-prem data center to public cloud. We can use Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall. There are a couple of other vendors are also available. They can have Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall. They can also use Barracuda Web Application Firewall in cloud infrastructure. So if you like in Bangladesh, you have dedicated data centers hosted by big system integrators. In that case, we can also host our virtual platform in those data centers to secure those applications. Right? Any questions so far? So so there is one question I was expecting, why Barracuda is calling Cloud Generation Firewall, why it is not Next Generation Firewall. So please do not confuse with the naming convention. We have recently announced our Next Generation Firewall as a Cloud Generation Firewall because we have very good integration with cloud platform like Google, AWS and Azure, all three. Okay, we are very good at cloud. It will not take more than 5 minutes to spin an instance or to configure a firewall in cloud infrastructure, right? It is just matter of few clicks, maybe 5 or 6 click. That's it, not more than that. And you are good. You are up. I mean, good to go with the security in cloud infrastructure, like you are using your any firewall in your on-prem data center, right? So there we have a USP. We are good at it. Gartner always recommend Barracuda if customers are talking about cloud infrastructure. So those are few USPs about Barracuda. We are the first vendor to get security competency test completed in AWS and Azure as compared to Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Fortinet. We need lower instance in public cloud. Like our virtual appliance can run on a single core and few GB of RAM, maybe 2 or 3 GB of RAM. But as compared to us, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, they need huge instance in public cloud to run their platform. They need 2 port. If customer need threat inspection, you have to attach 2 port. What Barracuda can do, Barracuda can run on single port, right? So there are a few USPs as compared to others. So we will discuss more going further. Okay, so we talked about MPLS. So MPLS backhauling is still prevalent. So there are some favorable points and there are some unfavorable points. So definitely MPLS is reliable, low latency, address packet loss and jitter. It is secure. Definitely it is secure. Unfavorable points are outdated, designed for backhaul, not designed for SaaS or public cloud. These are expensive, can take months to deploy, fail to meet new demands, and if you have a remote office where the connectivity is not good, and if you're working with your local service provider, maybe the MPLS will create a lot of issues. Maybe the branch office will not be able to connect to the head office because of the fiber issues, maybe the cut of fiber due to road uh, thing, some digging work for sewer and all, right? So we see all these challenges daily basis, right? So let's see what Gartner says. So according to Gartner, what is SD-WAN? So according to Gartner, software-defined wide area network are today's approach to support branch office connectivity in a simplified and cost-effective manner, right? So that is what Gartner says. So if you go to Gartner Peer Insight, you compare Barracuda products, definitely you will see better rating as compared to our competitor, nearest competitors. Questions and challenges with SD-WAN. Why SD-WAN? What are the benefits of SD-WAN? Can I save money with SD-WAN over MPLS? We'll discuss about it. How do I migrate to SD-WAN with confidence? What do I need to consider with SD-WAN? So identify key requirement of an SD-WAN solution. So these are the key requirements. So migration of applications has implications for your WAN infrastructure. It's likely that they won't perform well being backhauled everywhere. And it's also likely that you are not enjoying those costly MPLS bills. Not to worry, SD-WAN promises to take care of both those issues. So the key requirement of an SD-WAN solution, it should be like centrally managed. It should have routing capabilities, threat protection as well, because if you are planning to deploy SD-WAN solution in a branch office, so in that case you need to have, or if you are exposing those branch offices to internet, right? So you should have a threat protection, IDS, IPS, URL filter, application control, ATP, everything bundled within a single solution, right? It should have WAN optimization capabilities to optimize the traffic. It should be good enough to integrate with cloud, and definitely it should have firewall capabilities where you can create rules, what all ports needs to be allowed, the QoS, traffic shipping for business critical applications, low QoS for non-business critical applications like YouTube, LinkedIn, maybe Salesforce, any other applications. So Barracuda SD-WAN, yes, we do have Barracuda SD-WAN solution. So what we have is, Barracuda started back in 2003 with email security product. We used to call it spam and virus firewall. at initial days, and now we have done a rebranding of it. Now we call it email security gateway, which is on-prem, and we have cloud infrastructure to protect with the emails, right? So there was a company called Fiona Networks that was Austria-based company in Europe, and they were very strong in European market. So if you see the firewall share market, you will find out Barracuda is the top vendor. So they started with the NG concept, and Palo Alto and other players they capitalized that concept. So they were very good. So being in European market, most of the customers were into finance with ATMs and a lot of branches. So Barracuda started like they developed a proprietary protocol. We call it TINA. TINA stands for Transport Independent Network Architecture. So we started working on it, and we are working on it from more than 13 years. Okay, so we are working on it from past 15, 16 years. So we have it. This SD-WAN capabilities, we have it from like more than 13 years. So Barracuda SD-WAN, we have easy to deploy solution. We have secure and reliable connectivity. We have intelligent traffic shaping as well. What we can do, we can also do link management, link load balancing. That is not inbound link load balancing, but yes, we are developing, since Barracuda has discontinued the link load balancer product, we are trying to build link load balancing capabilities within our firewall. So that is in roadmap. We can also do WAN optimization. We have few algorithms built in with our cloud generation firewall. We can do WAN optimization as well. And we have full-fledged IDS, IPS application control URL filter built in with our firewall. So this is what we can do as a SD-WAN solution. So we'll discuss all these points in detail. So deployment and configuration. Zero touch deployment, the firewall. So what happens with zero touch deployment? The firewall phones home, downloads its config, and done. You are done, right? So you just buy it, we will ship it, just plug it to any DHCP link or any internet connection, and you're good to go. How we do it? So rolling out a large number of new WAN edge devices, the old way meant first sending them to headquarters, having them configured, and then sending it to remote locations. A process that is time taken and labor intensive. With Barracuda, you order the firewall that are directly shipped from the vendor to the remote location, but that is not the case in Bangladesh. So distributor or customer, they have to do custom clearance, and then you have to ship all those boxes to your remote locations. But yes, what you can do with Barracuda, we will discuss it in detail. So rollout with zero touch deployment. With zero touch deployment, the rollout process is significantly faster, up to 10 times. The transfer of the configuration data to the appliance is securely done via encrypted VPN tunnel. Barracuda Cloud Gen Control Center and Barracuda Cloud Control are required for zero touch deployment. So if you can see this diagram, Barracuda Cloud Control Center and Barracuda Cloud Control, these two things are necessary. Zero touch deployment is available for all cloud generation firewall hardware models. So this is only applicable for hardware models. This is not applicable for virtual or the if you're planning to install Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall in public cloud platform. So this is not available for that because you only need the hardware to be deployed with zero touch ZTD, right? So let's have a look how it works. So basically we ship the box directly to the branch offices. So you place an order for your Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall and they are shipped directly to your remote locations. Our distributor will ship those boxes to the location directly to the branch offices. At the same time, you can prepare the full configuration of your firewall in your Barracuda Cloud Generation Control Center. So let's say you are planning to deploy thousands of firewall. So if you see the left top corner of this slide, you will see Barracuda Firewall Control Center. Right? So you do not require any connectivity to the remote box. You do not require anything. Just install Barracuda Firewall Control Center, whatever you have planned in your mind or in white papers, or you have a bunch of file where you have planned the network architecture, everything. You just start configuring all that stuff in the control center without connecting any of the box. You can create zones, like you can create country specific zones like Bangladesh, India, US. So let's say you have offices across world. You can define region, country specific region like India, Bangladesh, US, Nepal, all the countries. And then let's say you have 10 offices in each country. You can mention, you can define, you can create 10 different boxes in each and every zone. You can create configuration that you require VPN connectivity, what all interface you want to configure, whether you want to define the VPN, each and everything you can define in Barracuda Control Center. So after we ship the box directly to the branches, or you ship the box to the branches, after unpacking the appliance and powering it up, the appliance automatically connects to the Barracuda Cloud Control, where it receives a very basic set of information. So if you see the right side of the window, there is Barracuda Cloud Control. Okay, so the Barracuda Cloud Control is nothing but a centralized portal from you can manage all Barracuda portfolio, right? So there is a simple configuration residing, nothing but a public IP which redirects all the traffic towards Barracuda Control Center. So let's say you have Barracuda Control Center installed in your on-prem data center. So you have a corporate firewall, which could be Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall or any other firewall. You just have to perform a NAT with a public IP, which resends the traffic, redirect the traffic to the local IP of the control center. That's it. So that is the only configuration that is residing in Barracuda Cloud Control. It is just a public IP address. The moment you connect branch office firewalls to a internet connection like DSL connection, which has the DHCP, it will pick up the IP address, it will get the internet access. The moment it gets the internet access, it phones back to Barracuda Cloud Control, it will fetch the IP address. So the information is just enough to create a highly secure VPN tunnel connection to the private Barracuda Cloud Control Center. And the full configuration is to send to the appliance via VPN tunnel. So if you see this diagram, there are few lines. So the firewalls which are residing or located in branch offices, they will get the full configuration from the control center and you are good to go. So let's say you are planning to deploy 500 firewalls. You can configure 500 firewalls sitting at headquarters. You do not require any access to the remote firewalls. The moment remote firewalls connect to Barracuda Cloud Control, they'll fetch the public IP and they'll connect to the control center. And you are done. That's it. No more configuration required. Any questions on this slide, ZTD? Okay. Secure and reliable connectivity. So as I said, we have TINA protocol. TINA stands for Transport Independent Network Architecture. The TINA protocol allows the use of TCP, UDP and ESP for high-speed VPN connections. That helps you overcoming limitations that comes with standard IPsec connections, such as scale up to 10,000 endpoints per VPN. So basically, if you see, like if you think about other vendors, they play on IPsec. Right, we'll discuss in detail. Let's come to the next slide. Okay, so TINA will help you overcome limitations which you face with IPsec. It improves the VPN connectivity, right? Endpoint to endpoint connectivity, net, it is net friendless. So if you are connecting or creating a VPN between two Barracuda firewall, it is net friendless. So if you have, let's say in the ISP, there are some appliances which are where they have configured few NAT policies around, we are going to bypass those net policies. As simple as that, because we connect on protocol port 691 TCP or UDP. You can choose which transport you want. We support multiple physical transport paths for a logical tunnel. We'll discuss this in detail. We also support dynamic address. So let's say you have headquarter where you have public IPs, but let's say you have 10 branches where you don't have public IP or dedicated lease line. You have just like 2 MB or 4 MB local internet thing, right? So we do not require public IP, so you can configure a VPN tunnel. Those firewalls will connect to the headquarter because headquarter has a public IP address. They'll connect and they'll create a VPN tunnel. Then you can configure the rules or you can access the resources based on the requirement. We also do tunnel heartbeat monitoring. So it is port to port. So let's say you have two firewall, one in HQ and another one in the branch office. So the box will do tunnel heartbeat monitoring automatically. You do not have to configure anything. So it sounds complex, but it is not complex. So let's have a look how easy it is. So if you see this diagram, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 locations. So imagine if you have to configure 7 VPN tunnels, right, per firewall. So that means 56 VPN tunnels. So either you use a CLI or a GUI to configure 56 VPN tunnels, right? And you'll not be able to configure it at one go, because if first you'll pick 2 locations, right? You'll configure first tunnel. Then you'll see, okay, the phase 1 is not matching with that firewall. Maybe the pre-shared key is not matching. Maybe there is a NAT appliance in between. Then you will run few commands to troubleshoot that VPN. You will do a lot of stuff. Maybe you'll connect to the support like Fortinet or maybe other firewall support, vendor support, right? So they'll come on call. They'll try to figure out, okay, this is the problem. They'll fix it. So you can imagine to configure 56 VPN tunnel, it is very time consuming, right? So let's see a VPN configuration demo with Barracuda. So here I have few small video to play to give you a sense of like how you configure the VPN tunnel with Barracuda. So one of the main tasks when working a company WAN is establishing VPN connections. Imagine how long it takes to set up a complicated fully meshed or partially meshed VPN. With Cloud Generation Firewall, all you have to know is how to drag and drop. So I'll just play this video. So if you see this video, this is how you configure VPN tunnels with Barracuda. So you need a control center. If you have firewalls installed in HQ and the branch offices, you just need to connect those boxes with the control center. Don't worry, it is not a complex configuration to connect, right? So you just have to mention a public IP of the control center in the remote branch box. You have to define a subnet, the IP address of the management. We call it management VPN tunnel. And this is how you create VPN with Barracuda. Okay. Any questions? So now have a look on the second video. Another option you have to do some clicks. You have to new a group. You just mention the name. So if you see this window, Tina properties. So if you see here, it is mentioned, okay, the transport is on UDP. You do not require, if you want to change it to TCP, you can do that. The encryption method is AES, authentication method is MD5. Then we have few other tabs like security, traffic intelligence, advanced, WAN op. You can leave it to default. And the moment you hit OK, okay, you want to do a mesh configuration, you do it, and you are done. See? So I guess this look pretty simple, right? But without that powerful drag and drop capability, how long would it take to set up a full mesh IoT network, right? You can imagine if you want to configure 500 firewall, maybe 100. Let's talk about only 30 firewalls, right? And you want to configure a mesh, fully mesh network. So it is very tedious task. It requires a lot of documentation, right? But with Barracuda, it is simple. It's very, very simple. I have done a couple of deployments for SD-WAN for large network like 70 firewall, 40 firewall. I've done it. And believe you me, it's very, very simple with Barracuda. So we are planning to set up a lab with Technics so within this week. So let's see if we are able to create that lab. Then you can log in into that lab and you can have a look how to configure VPN and all. So I guess I have a question in chat window. Let's have a look. Okay. If any VPN have packet loss, then it's shift to another tunnel. It supports RSA algorithm. So see, so what with Barracuda, Tina VPN, what you can do a lot of things, right? So as I said, it will do tunnel heartbeat monitoring. It will also monitor the latency, the jitters, everything. So let's imagine you have two links. Okay, you have two internet links. Maybe let's say name it link 1 and link 2. On link 1 you are getting 10 ms latency and link 2 you are getting 20 ms. So at this point in time, link 1 is the best available link for traffic forwarding, right? So what firewall will do, it will automatically sense, okay, the link 1 is the best link at the moment. Let's forward all the traffic via the link 1, right? So at any given point of time, let's say the connectivity goes off the link 1, the traffic will shift to link 2 automatically. That will happen. Another use case is, let's say the latency goes high. So you have 10 ms on link 1, 20 ms on link 2, and at certain point the latency goes high of the link 1 to, let's say, 40 ms. So now for me, the firewall, the best link is where I'm getting 20 ms, which is the link 2. So what firewall do, it will seamless fail over to link 2. Okay, and you will not see any disconnection while we fail over among the links, right? We'll discuss it in detail. I have few slides. Okay, so just keep your questions safe. You can ask those questions. I have another question. Does Barracuda firewall works where IPv4, V4 and IPv6 both are deployed? Yes, we support that. How to manage all the firewall? It's any single panel or central measure. Yes, we have Barracuda Cloud Control to manage all the firewalls. So sitting at Barracuda Cloud Control, you can do a lot of things. Okay. So let's have a look on couple of other slides. Then we will take questions one by one. I guess I'm going to cover all these questions in next few slides. So let's move on. For those who prefer a visual representation of their network, Barracuda provides real-time information of your site-to-site VPN tunnels. With Barracuda Earth, you have everything in one glance. Keep it global overview, like or break it down via split screen to draw attention to certain areas. It is up to you. So with Barracuda Earth, you can have a visual view of all the tunnels, right? So it is configurable. It is by default there with our Control Center 600 series. It is not there with 400 series. Okay, so if you want, I will share the datasheet with you with all the features and all. So you just have to mention the longitude and latitude of the firewalls. It is a very simple configuration within the Control Center. So whatever I'm talking, believe me, it is not complex to configure anything. It's very easy to configure. Okay. Now let's have a look on traffic intelligence. I have something in chat. Let's have a look. How to do support the load balance traffic between, so we have certain configuration. Okay, if you want, I will show you that. I'll show you that. Okay, just give me a moment. So let's have a traffic intelligence shaping. Sorry. So Barracuda Traffic Intelligence, Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall allows IT administrators to manage the internet traffic. To start with, you can block unwanted applications like Facebook and Spotify. You can reserve MPLS for business critical traffic. In our example, Salesforce with high priority AV and SSL enabled. 50% of broadband is reserved for Office 365 traffic, antivirus, SSL disabled, right? Up to 50% of broadband can be used for LinkedIn and YouTube as long as Office 365 traffic does not consume the bandwidth. LTE is on standby for failover if needed. Remember, if needed, it is on standby. We are not making use of the LTE connection at the moment. So this is very important. So if you see, you can make use of MPLS, you can make use of broadband, internet connection, P2P, LTE, any kind of connection with Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall. We do not restrict you to terminate only 2 connections or maybe 4. So with other vendors, you can configure only 4 default route, else will not be configure more. With Barracuda, you can do a lot more. We'll discuss in detail. I have few slides to give you a sense how many connections you can terminate with Barracuda. So let's move on with traffic intelligence. Now what happens if broadband goes down? The bandwidth of the MPLS line is used for Salesforce minimum 50% and Office 365 minimum 30% up to 50%. Right. So as you can see here, we can fail over as per the requirement or as per the configured rules. YouTube is blocked. LinkedIn is handled by LTE, but it has low priority and can only use up to 20% of the bandwidth. The remaining 80% is reserved for O365. This granular policy ensures the seamless availability of business critical traffic even if a connection is temporarily down. Okay. So let's talk about link management. So do you have any questions on this slide? So did you get a sense what all we can do with traffic intelligence? Here I have already discussed the outbound link load balancing, right? So if you see this slide, we are using all the connections. We can fail over among any connection. It could be MPLS, internet, any connection, right? So let's move to link management and bandwidth optimization. So cloud generation SD-WAN. Just give me a moment. So to optimize the availability and ensure performance to the cloud or to any other remote location, Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall deploy a couple of technologies unique in the security era and tightly integrated into central management concept. First of all, Cloud Generation Firewall have to ensure there is always enough bandwidth available to the cloud or to the other WAN locations. So instead of building a VPN tunnel only across one physical uplink, Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall can utilize up to 24 different physical uplinks at the same time. So let's say you have 6 MPLS connections, you have 6 internet connections, you have 6 P2P connections. So that makes 18, right? 6 into 3, 18. And even if you have more 6 connections, 3G, broadband, any kind of connections, you can terminate all in Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall depending on the port. And you can use all at the same time. So what we do for one logical VPN tunnel, of course, the uplink can be of different type. So we can use express route. I'll explain what is express route, broadband cable or 3G, 4G connections, MPLS, anything. So express route, just give me a... So express route direct connect is nothing but a dedicated connection between Azure, AWS to on-prem data centers like the local system integrators. So what we have in India, we have big SIs who provide MPLS connections, internet connections like Reliance. We have Airtel, we have Tata's. So the dedicated Microsoft and Amazon data centers, they have dedicated lease line laid down to till their data centers, right? So nothing but express route and direct connect is nothing but a dedicated MPLS connection between the public cloud and the on-prem data centers. So just hold for a moment. I have something in chat. Let me have a look. GRE or IP, yes, we support GRE. We support everything. Whatever you can do with Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Fortinet, and any other vendor. Okay. So, okay, let's move on. Cloud Generation Firewall need to make sure. Cloud Generation Firewall need to make sure the best uplink is used for the traffic to be sent over the VPN tunnel. VoIP, video streaming or industrial control systems have higher demand on low latency over typical web application usage. So if you see here, we are having voice over Skype, video, right? So we have all the traffic flowing. So if you see here, we have a single logical tunnel, right? But we have different transports. So this is our concept, right? So what we can do, between the two location, you have one logical tunnel, and within the single logical tunnel, you can define different transports. So you can imagine if you have two ISPs at one location and two ISPs at two locations, in that case, you can configure four transports, right? ISP1 to ISP1. Second transport will be ISP1 to ISP2. Third transport ISP2 to ISP1, ISP2 to ISP2, right? So that means 4 transports, and you can utilize all 4 transport at the same time. Just give me a sec. I got some question in chat window. Basic difference between cloud generation SD-WAN, and no difference. Nothing. It is just a rebranding of our next generation firewall. So why we have done this rebranding? Because if you see Barracuda, if you research on Barracuda, we are very strong in cloud. That's why we are the first vendor to announce cloud generation firewall. We can integrate with any cloud service. Okay. What we have, we also have SD-WAN built in. It is not like we have developed this SD-WAN 6 months back or 1 year back. We are working on it from past more than 15-16 years. So what we are talking about, you can forget about SD-WAN, just think about TINA protocol, which is our own proprietary VPN protocol, and we are working on it. It is pretty mature. We can do a lot of stuff with Barracuda TINA VPN. Okay. So let's move. With dynamic bandwidth detection, Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall check the available bandwidth and latency on each of the available VPN lines. Bandwidth is measured in both directions. So links providing better download speed may be utilized over others. So this is all automated. You do not have to configure anything. Yes, there are few parameters you have to configure. You have to do drag and drop. Then you have to add multiple transports. It is matter of few clicks. You do not have to do huge configuration to do all these stuffs, right? We have a single pane of window where you can do all these configuration, and then you can choose the options based on the requirement. That choose the link based on latency or combined bandwidth or traffic deduplication. It is just click, select the options and you are good to go. So this information, so whatever you are configuring, this information is shared with the firewall and the QoS service module to make sure required bandwidth per application defines can be met. Okay. Performance based transport selection based on the bandwidth, link type and latency measured business application can be assigned to the best uplink. For example, low latency uplink even if it provides less bandwidth over a broadband internet connection. For VIP communication, while bandwidth intense but less critical traffic is routed over broadband. So I'll share you a use case. I have done a demo with one of the customer located in India, Delhi. So that customer is into retail. They sell clothes. Okay. So they have around 80 locations across India. So I have done a demo. So I placed a firewall in the HQ and another firewall at branch office where they had like 10 MB dedicated MPLS connection and 4 Mbps local service provider DSL connection. The moment I configured both the firewalls, I terminated both the links. So the firewall was sending traffic over DSL connection. It was not sending traffic on the MPLS connection, which is 10 Mbps. So what I saw, so we have some few windows where you can monitor the QoS and the latency thing. When I enabled the monitoring part, I found we were getting less latency on the DSL connection, which is 4 Mbps. But on MPLS, we were getting high latency, right? So firewall is intelligent enough to detect the latency and send the traffic among the best transport. So it can do all this stuff automatically. So let's take a pause. I have few things in chat window. Okay. Share the present. Yes, definitely we'll share the presentation. Okay. RSA support for VPN connection. Can you please elaborate on RSA? Are you talking about 2FA, two-factor authentication for VPN and all? Yeah, so we support RSA. We also have, so if customer has not invested in RSA and they are planning to invest on RSA only for VPN connection, so you can play a major role. You can simply tell customer that you do not require to invest more on the RSA or Radius server. So what Barracuda has, they have built-in portal where you can integrate Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator for 2FA, right? So what we can do, we can simply integrate the user login with on-prem LDAP server, or you can create user locally on the firewall database. Plus you can enable 2FA for those users. So you do not have to invest on RSA for two-factor authentication. You do not have to invest on 40 tokens for two-factor authentication. With Barracuda, single solution which will give you security, SD-WAN, two-factor authentication, everything. We will not provide any kind of token. You can simply download. It is free downloadable. You can simply download the VPN client to your endpoints. We do not charge you per client. You can download the VPN client on your laptops. You can download Microsoft Authenticator or Google Authenticator. It is up to you which authenticator you want to use. Just download it from Play Store, Google Play Store, or Apple Store, and you are good to go. We also provide self-enrollment to the clients. So clients, they can access the Barracuda Firewall self-enrollment portal via public IP. So they just have to mention https:// the public IP, where they can log in with their LDAP credentials to that portal, or if you have created local database, user in local database, they can log in with the same credentials, and then they can authenticate their mobile app with the portal. That's it. No more configuration is required. And believe me, the overall configuration will not take more than 10-15 minutes. So what the kind of queries we are getting during COVID-19, we have a customer based out of Bengal, West Bengal, Calcutta. Okay, so they are Checkpoint user and they are into media. So during the COVID-19, we had a sudden lockdown. Okay, so we are working from home now. And users also don't want to go to the offices because they have to travel through public transport. Maybe they'll go by their private vehicle. Police guy will stop. They'll do some check. Okay, your temperature is good or not. So virus can be spreaded via anywhere, right? So the thing is, if you see the media people, they use huge software, heavy software like Photoshop to design the pages, to do a lot of activities within the media. Okay, so now, so basically, if you see 6 months back or 1 year back, they have invested on Checkpoint, right? So with that checkpoint was supporting all the users because they were sitting at on-prem office, they were sitting at corporate office, and they were working on the huge softwares sitting in the local office, and those applications are there in their local desktops. So they do not require any internet connection, nothing. But due to COVID-19, everybody sitting at office, they need internet connectivity, they need a secure VPN tunnel to log in into their desktops, which is there in the corporate headquarters. Okay, so now they have heavily invested in Checkpoint. The Checkpoint is not supporting those many VPN clients, right? I'm not saying Checkpoint technology is not good, but that current hardware is not supporting the current requirement. So what they have done, they contacted us and they said, do you have a virtual firewall which can run on VMware environment? We said yes. They said, do you support two-factor authentication? We said yes. They said, we don't have any two-factor authentication. Can you enable on your firewall? I said yes. So they liked the product and they said, okay, we want to offload the traffic between Checkpoint and your product, and we want to see which is the better solution. So they are already using Checkpoint. Now they are evaluating Barracuda and they liked our product. So they are based out of Calcutta. They have another news house based out of Delhi. So they have already recommended our product to their Noida office. So I'm also talking to the Noida office as well. So this is how, if your customers want to deploy two-factor authentication, and in current scenario, their current firewalls are not supporting the VPN connectivity, what they can do, they can simply reroute the internet traffic to the Barracuda virtual firewall. We can install in any VM platform. We can enable two-factor authentication, VPN connections for those users sitting at home. They can log in, they can work on any of the corporate applications sitting at home. Any questions? So we are on the same slide from past 10 minutes, I guess. So, okay, adaptive rebalancing. So as part of the optimized uplink, you multiple transports or multiple links, you will not see a flicker in the video. You will not hear a cracking sound while we fail over. So it is like seamless. Okay, if you guys have a use case, you want us to set up a demo, we first will try to set up a demo in Technics office. You can log in. Maybe we will be able to show you the demo in another session. So let's work. Me and Ronnie Bhai will work on the lab setup, and then we'll come back to you once it is completed, and then maybe we'll be able to show you how it works, the live failover and all. Okay. So these are the things. Any questions so far? We also support compression and application prioritization within the VPN tunnel. You can also apply IDS, IPS. You can do a lot more. This is more on the cloud. So if you are planning to host your applications on public cloud infrastructure, there are limitations. With AWS, I guess you can only configure 50 VPN connections max. Okay. And with Azure, it is limitation that you can configure 30 VPN tunnels maximum. So with Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall, you can configure unlimited VPN tunnels. It could be client to site to site, SSL VPN. We do not charge per user. We have a simple licensing. You just need a license to enable the feature. That's it. We do not restrict based on concurrent numbers. We do not restrict based on number of users you want to connect. Nothing. You just need a license to enable it. I will show you the data sheet. We'll discuss the licensing as well. Let's look at WAN optimization. The Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall can significantly enhance the WAN performance of distributed network environments by improving the availability, performance, and response time of business critical applications. Okay, so that feature we have built in. The Cloud Generation Networking concept of F-Series provides a set of powerful features to efficiently reduce and offset the negative effect of high latency and response time. So I guess I got something over chat. Let me have a look. You guys, you can also unmute and you can ask. See, at this point in time, only I am speaking. So if you ask question, like maybe we'll get more questions. Thanks, Muqtadar bhai. What is the largest deployment of Barracuda firewall being managed from a single console? I guess 15,000 firewalls. We have recently closed a deal with Dilemma. So Mercedes-Benz is part of Dilemma. They are using 15,000 firewall of us, and we are managing it from a single console. Okay, only 3 or 4 people are managing the entire infrastructure. Earlier, we do not have the firewall reporting server, but we have developed a dedicated reporting server only for that customer. Now we have commercialized it. How the licensing works, you need to buy a license from Barracuda, the reporting server license. That is one-time cost. You do not have to renew that reporting server license. What we have done is, let's say you are planning to buy 50 firewall from Barracuda, so you have to buy a small license with each and every firewall you want to report to Barracuda reporting server. That's it. No more configuration is required. We have other customers as well. We have Japan Embassy. We have Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret is using 5,500 firewall. You guys, for your information, Mercedes-Benz paid us $1 million for demo only. So they used our firewall almost a year. Okay, they paid us $1 million at the time of demo. Okay, so they paid us $1 million for the demo only. And then they placed $5 million deal to Barracuda to buy 15,000 firewalls. We have Victoria's Secret using 5,500 firewalls. We have Swarovski using somewhere around 3,000, 4,000 firewalls across the world. We have many customers. We have many deployments. As I said, we have many deployments in cloud. A few of the customers are using 2,000 of instance of Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall, Cloud Generation WAF. In India, we have a few banks with us. I have few media customers. I have many manufacturing customers as well. So do you heard about Higher AC? Do you see it, Higher AC in Bangladesh?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so Higher is our customer. So they bought 70 box, 70 or I guess, yes, 70 or 90 appliances. So I'll share a scenario. So higher actually their legacy network was old, and they were using I guess a very old router from Cisco. Okay, and behind that router they were also using L3 switch. So at this point in time, what they have done, they have replaced their router, which is out of support from Cisco, and they have also replaced their L3 switch with Barracuda firewall. So they have deployed in all branches. They have deployed. I'm not aware if they have a dedicated office in Bangladesh. I'm sure they should have. Okay, but I'm not aware whether they have shipped any of the Barracuda firewall in the Bangladesh office. I don't know. So
Hello.
what they have done, yeah.
Montasir here. How many dynamic VPN support in your firewall?
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited.
Correct.
Okay. And it's a requirement any client side. It's requirement in any installation of client software or just browser based.
So you are talking about SSL VPN.
Yeah.
So
SSL
it's up to you how you want to configure. If you want browser based, they can log in via browser. So we have full-fledged SSL VPN. We also have NAC capabilities within our firewall. If you want like only, let's say, Shashwat is using a machine, Dell machine, which has some specific MAC address. So if you want Shashwat to be logged in via a specific machine, you can also mention the NAC capabilities, access control policies we have. If you want to check, whether that machine is updated with the latest patches of Windows, antivirus, you can do all that stuff with Barracuda. Okay, so it's up to you how you want to configure. So we have advanced remote access license. You need that license to enable SSL VPN. Client to site and site to site is by default there with the base license. You do not need any kind of license to enable that feature, but only for SSL VPN you need to have advanced remote access license. With advanced remote access
how many
license,
SSL VPNs can we configure in the firewall?
Unlimited.
But the license for advanced remote we have to purchase separately.
No more licensing is required. So with Barracuda, any of the technology, we do not charge you based on user, based on number of application. Okay. So with all Barracuda technology, if you see Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall, Barracuda Web Application Firewall, you will get all the features from day one, except one or two. Like in this case, we are talking about SSL VPN. So you just need a license to enable that feature. No more licensing is required. With SSL VPN, you can log in via browsers. We also have CUDA launch application. With CUDA launch application, you can also log in to the corporate application via your mobile. Okay. What else you need? You can enable two-factor authentication. You can do a lot more. Okay, but I guess our nearest competitor, they give you 5 license with the base license, and then you have to buy, let's say you want to connect 50 users, you have to buy 50 license from them, right? So this is all our competitor are doing, but as per Barracuda policy, we don't charge per feature per user fee. So if you see any of the
some other OEMs in the world, they have also no licensing in SSL VPNs. Whatever feature are there in the SSL VPN, they have no another further licensing process.
Which product?
Once you purchase device, then they will give all the license.
Which product?
There are several types of products in the world.
You're talking about SSL, dedicated SSL VPN?
Yeah. SSL VPN.
Okay, so what we
in the firewall.
Okay.
Next generation firewall in the SSL VPN feature. I'm talking about that.
Okay. I'm not aware. So if you can send me a list, maybe I will not name it in my future presentations. Thanks for sharing that information. Thank you. So WAN optimization is part of it with no extra cost. Okay. Protecting your users, applications and data. Yes, we have all the security features built in with our firewall. So deploying internet access at a remote location with SD-WAN needs further consideration. At your central site, you already have a firewall and perhaps a sandboxing environment to secure web gateways. You need to make these provisions available at each of your remote locations that you plan to bring online, right? And you want to do it without having a backhaul traffic to the central location, as we discussed in the first slide. You don't have to backhaul each and everything to the data center. Or maybe you want
You
to
have the RSA algorithm support in that firewall.
we can integrate with RSA.
It is not built in your firewall.
So when you say built-in RSA, can you please elaborate what is it? What it is?
That is RSA algorithm, RSA VPN. We can in VPN, IPsec VPN, we want to use the RSA algorithm.
Okay, so that is you want to choose it from the predefined authentication and for handshake, right?
Yeah.
That I need to check. But we support AES 128.256 encryption method.
That is okay. That is most of the devices and firewalls in the world that support AES and 3 days. That is a very normal case. But I am asking about the RSA. If your device support the RSA algorithm?
I need to check. So what are the benefits of RSA algorithm? Like if let's say I can integrate with RSA or I can...
If I want to configure the VPN from other third-party site, then they need to configure with RSA. Then I also need to configure from the RSA algorithm.
So as far as I know, we support all third-party protocols and algorithms. Let me check. Okay, we will check after this session.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so as you can see in this slide, the Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall takes care of all of this efficiently at every point of deployment. It secures your users, data, and your applications from harm and does it in the most efficient way possible. So we have malware, spyware, ATP, IDS IPS, content filtering, web security, client to site, SSL VPN, traffic shaping, QoS, anything. So if we are talking about site-to-site VPN, we support all third-party firewall integration. We support all the algorithms. RSA specifically, I will check. So we can integrate with Cisco, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, any other firewall. Okay. So Barracuda Threat, Advanced Threat, we have a ATP subscription. You need to buy it separately to enable ATP. So ATP, we have all these features. So we can protect against all threats across all threat vectors on all attack surface. So we have the same ATP integrating with our cloud generation firewall, integrating with the email security, web application firewall. So we are collecting data to Barracuda Central. It is the same slide which I have shown you, I guess, in the previous session. So we are collecting data to Barracuda Central. And from there, all our technology use the same signature database. So we have very strong intelligence to gather information from more than 300,000 deployments worldwide. We are gathering information from our customer. We are getting information from our technology. We have honeypots, crawlers. So we are very strong in terms of signatures and ATP. The Barracuda advantage. First, let us summarize the Barracuda advantage. Barracuda consolidates secure SD-WAN with comprehensive security, including protection against advanced threat protection, into one powerful solution. Barracuda helps reduce WAN costs due to MPLS replacements. Barracuda enables fast rollout of large firewall deployment with ZTD, zero-touch deployment. Barracuda measures seamless availability with dynamic bandwidth and latency detection and performance-based transport selection. This you cannot achieve with normal IPsec VPN. They will be able to give you failover after a couple of seconds, but you cannot do load balancing. You cannot define traffic deduplication, right? You cannot do a lot of those things which Barracuda can do with our own proprietary VPN protocol. We call it TINA. Barracuda provides high performance VPN and with its own TINA protocol we already discussed. So again, the key requirement of SD-WAN, migration of application has implications for your WAN infrastructure. It's likely that they won't perform well being backhauled everywhere. and it's also likely that you are not enjoying those costly MPLS bills. I'm not aware how costly the MPLS in Bangladesh. Not to worry, SD1 promised to take care of both of those issues. So if it is not costly, even we can educate ourselves or customers or our partners that yes, with Barracuda, you will get seamless connectivity if you are an MPLS or you want to load balance between MPLS and the internet. We can even load balance between MPLS and internet connections. Even you can do traffic deduplication between MPLS and internet connections. So maybe I will be able to showcase this once we have the lab ready in Technics office. So just give us some time, have some patience. We'll get the lab ready as soon as possible, and we will organize another session to show you how to configure, how to manage, how it look like. Okay. Computer SD-WAN solution. Sorry. So now let's break these features out as if you were going to purchase them separately. You need to invest on router, you need to invest on WAN optimization, firewall, SD-WAN, ATP. If you have already invested on firewalls like NG firewall, so you may not think about Barracuda Cloud Generation firewall, right? You will see, okay, we have already invested on one technology and we have bought it for next 3 years. Why should I invest on Barracuda Cloud Generation firewall? I should go with dedicated SD-WAN solution, but that is not the way you plan your organization future, right? So what we have done in India, so we have a customer. What we have done a demo. They have seen dedicated SD-WAN demo and they have chosen Barracuda. So they bought the current firewall license with 3-year thing, but what they are doing now is, because if to deploy 70, 80 locations with complex environment, it may take time. It may take maybe 1 month or maybe 2 months, right? Depending on the scenario. We are talking about zero touch deployment as well, but it is not as simple as it sounds, right? So you need to take care of a lot of things, right? You don't want to disrupt. If you, let's say your environment, you cannot face let's say a downtime for 5 minutes. In that scenario, these things will not work, I guess, right? So in that case, you have to do a deployment parallelly to your existing network. Okay, you have to do the installation each and every branch one by one. So what I have done with 70 of the locations, what I have done, I have installed each and every firewall in the control center sitting at the headquarter. Then we have installed each and every firewall in each and every branch one by one. So what we have done, we have switched the
Habibana Maulana Muhammad
Shashwat,
So Barracuda is
guys, we are waiting for Shashwat to rejoin. He got logged out. Just be patient, please. So I see there are a couple of questions addressed to me privately in the chat. We'll answer that again in just a minute.
behind the firewall. Unless until or only
Hello?
Yes, Ashad, we can hear you. Yes, we can.
You can hear it. Sorry, guys. So actually, I'm using a Geo connection and it got expired. So that's why my internet got disconnected. So now I'm connected with my mobile application. Actually, I forgot to recharge that connection.
Shashwat, I have
Okay,
few
so-
questions in chat addressed to me. If you want to take it right now, or we can take it later.
Yeah, so I cannot see the chat. So maybe let's finish the presentation.
Sure,
I have two or three slides left. Then we can take
All right.
questions.
All right.
Okay, so just give me a moment. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, so okay. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can. Yes.
So Barracuda, more than SD-WAN. So what you see here are the new requirements of firewall as we enter the cloud era or centralize our application to on-prem data center. So we have purpose-built hardware or virtual firewall for distributed workloads. We support cloud use case and deployment best practices. We have advanced security built in. We also support IoT, OT appliances like windmills. You want to capture those data to your central HO. We can do that. We have small secure connector appliances. We have 3G, 4G connectivity. We can even take internet bandwidth from Wi-Fi connections and all. So we do all that. We have few case studies available on site. We have done a deployment, I guess, in Switzerland with one of the transport company. So they run buses in multiple cities and states of the country. And what they have is they have CCTV camera and they also provide free Wi-Fi passengers to the passengers traveling with their buses, right? So what they have is behind the mirror, they have a small secure connector appliance of Barracuda. So that secure connector appliance connects back with the headquarter firewall. And from there, actually, they capture the live feed of the CCTV camera and they provide Wi-Fi policies and all. So those case studies are available on PIM. If you need those case studies to read about, just let us know. We'll send those emails to you. It is better if, okay, just connect with us. We'll connect you with the right guy. Okay, or you can connect with the Technics team. They are always available. Okay, because we are doing a lot of sessions on daily basis, like with you, with Nepal, with India partners and all. So sometimes we receive a lot of emails that can you share this, can you share that. Sometimes we also skip a few of the emails. So just that will be great if you can loop multiple people. Like if you're sending an email to me, please loop Prakhar. If you can, that will be great if you can loop Technics team as well. So some of us will definitely get back to you with the documentation and all. So I'll appreciate if you can send an email looping everybody. Okay. We have powerful central management. As I discussed, give us some time. We'll make the lab ready and we'll come back to you. We have flexible licensing in cloud. What we have in cloud, we have bring your own license and pay as you go. We also support metered billing in AWS for WAF. Okay. So what is the difference between bring your own license and pay as you go? Pay as you go is like you bought a car and now you are paying EMI every month. So that is the same pricing structure in cloud. In pay as you go, you have a computer where you cannot negotiate the price. You just spin an instance with pay as you go model and you will start receiving bills on monthly basis from AWS, Azure and Google Cloud. What happens with bring your own license? You have Prakhar on me to negotiate with. So let's say you are paying to AWS Azure, let's say $1,200 per month, right? Or maybe $1,200, maybe $5,000 per year for Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall. So with bring your own license, you can pay upfront to Barracuda. You can place the order to the distributor, right? So we'll give you the same license maybe in $4,000. Okay, so you will always have a person with whom you can negotiate, right? That I need some discounting, we don't have budget, anything. So you have someone to give you discounts. So with computer, you will not get discounts. So pay as you go, it's like EMI. Bring your license. Upfront, you are paying for for an year or maybe 5 years, maybe 3 years. It's up to you. The licensing thing. Then deep integration with public cloud. Yes, we can integrate with any of the cloud service. Simple, secure, optimize connectivity with Barracuda SD-WAN. So we have all these features built in. Barracuda offer a wide range of deployment options, hardware appliance and virtual solution for deployments on on-premise, cloud editions for Microsoft Azure, Amazon and Google Cloud. In with virtual, we support Hyper-V, VMware, Citrix Zen and KVM. Success story. So I have a single slide. This is the customer. They are into logistics. So we have deployed our solution with them. So number of VPN MPLS lines reduced from 53 to 8. So they are now using internet connectivity. 250 internet lines with minimum bandwidth of less than 10 MB per second Mbps. 40 connected VoIP systems, successful implementation of SaaS application, Office HR software, others, network availability 99.99%. So this is the one I have deployed with two of the customers in my region. One is the Jagran Prakashan. They are the you can say biggest media house in northern India. Okay, so they release the newspapers. They also have news channels. So they are the biggest. Okay, so I've deployed with them. They were facing issues with the MPLS. They have their offices in D-grade cities where internet connectivity is not good. So they have deployed a solution. Now they are not facing any issues, right? Let's look at NSS report. So this is 2018 report. I didn't get time to replace it with 2019 or 2020 report. So simply the best. We are the recommended firewall from NSS Labs. Okay, so if you need, I guess we have one pager to share. Maybe you can do that. So next step. Moving forward, security must be front of mind. Don't forget about security while deploying dedicated SD-WAN or deploying SD-WAN solutions. Keep security in your mind. Understand that you can simplify without compromising. Keep security in your mind. Evaluate your aspirations for cloud migrations. Understand your applications. Evaluate the product. So maybe Barracuda is the last firewall you'll buy or ever sell as a partner. So thank you so much. That's all from the PPT side. We are open for question and answer. I'll open the chat window as well. Let me quickly stop share. Yeah. So we are open for question and answer. Prakar, can you please read out the questions? Okay, so I would like to show you, this is my VPN client. Okay, so I have few profiles. This is my corporate VPN, VPN all. This is my specific VPN to log in into my corporate office, Shashwat. Then I have a new VPN. Okay, so here I have a user ID configured. So this is a demo I'm running with one of the customer. As I said, I hope everybody can hear me, right? So, yes. Hey, you can hear me, right? Okay. So here I have integrated with Google Authenticator. So I have to put the authenticator code. If I click on OK, see, I'm connected. I'm connected. As simple as that. So I'm connected over my mobile internet. Okay. So if I want to, let's say, perform MSTSC, I'm not able to recall the IP address. It could be 10 to 1.125, I guess. See, I can log in to this server, right? I don't have the server ID and password. So it's very simple, right? To connect for user, yes, it's simple. I have self-enrollment portal which will look like this. https:// this is the IP address. Let me see the 210186093. 2101860. So this is the self-enrollment portal. You do not require to buy any, so you can see the customer name. So I have not put this logo. Customer themselves, they have configured the logo and the name. They changed it from Barracuda to their own company name. Okay. I forgot the username as well. Okay, the username is test user. I can log in. So this is my password. I can log into this portal. If I click on settings, it will ask me for OTP. Because this is a self-enrollment I was talking about, okay? So I just want to show you this. After that, we'll take questions. So I just want to give you a sense how easy to configure your Google Authenticator, okay? So I'm going to, I have deleted that. So I have removed that. So now I'm going to add this on my mobile. Okay. Now I have already scanned it. Now I have to provide to the code to sync the code with the my application, mobile application with the Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall. So this is the code. I have self-enrolled this application. Now I can connect with the new code, the new app. So it's 844124. Connect. So the moment the VPN is connected, we'll start seeing these RTOs. See. So this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, and okay, so this is the local IP. ABPN. I hope I remember the password. Oh, so okay. I need to check the password if you want to dig. So in meanwhile, you can ask questions, please. Please, we are open for questions. I'm audible?
Yes, Shashwat. I'll just tell you a couple of questions I received privately. I have a question from Mohammad Habibur. PPTP VPN has 2FA option.
PPTP 2FA, I need to check, honestly. So PPTP is the old method. Why you want to use PPTP? Can't we use client to site? Client to site? So we do not charge you client to site. PPTP is free of cost, but I have not tested it with 2FA, right? So PPTP, like you want to connect your clients to the corporate firewall, right? Yes, we do support it, but I need to check whether 2FA is supported with that or not. Okay, I got the password.
Another question from Abu Sayyed is VMware appliance available? Available on VMware appliance?
Which appliance?
VMware.
Yeah, VMware is available. You can download it from Barracuda site. We have free trials available. If you want to evaluate, you can install it in the VMware appliance, and then you can configure it as per your needs. So if you see this, okay, so this is the console. You will see everything like firewall. You will see what all services are configured, what are the number of connections. Okay. So they are using this appliance for only SSL VPN. You can see the users using the bandwidth like Arindam Biswas, Biddhi Chakravarti. They are using SAP. They are using some web browsing. There is no other data because this is only for VPN. If I click on VPN, you will see the tunnel availability is 100%. Okay, test user is consuming. Okay, type top 5 view. I'm the one. So nothing, no more configuration is showing here. Okay. So let's see the firewall logs. These are the live logs. So this is how you get the visibility. It's very easy to with Barracuda to filter the logs. So let's say you want to see this user, what he's doing. So you can see the funnel here, right? So the moment you click on funnel, it will create a filter for you. You do not have to write anything. You do not have to configure anything. See, it's very, very simple. You will get visibility of the applications as well. I guess they have not enabled the application visibility, but yes, I will talk to the customer. Maybe I can enable it. Let's see if I can enable it now. Security policy, lock. Enable URL filters and changes. Activate. Firewall. So we'll start seeing the application used here. So we have very strong application URL filter engine. So you can do a lot of stuff within the rules. So let me see if that is enabled within the policy or not. So you can configure everything from the single pane of window. You do not have to configure or you have to visit different windows for different operations. So here we have the rules. Box setup VPN access. Okay. Existing this. IDS IPS default policy. Maybe I can enable this. And so this is a VPN policy. NGF VPN. Application control. So okay, we'll do it in the lab setup. This is a live demo. So this is how application look like. So we have a strong application database here. All the applications listed. If you want to block, allow these applications, you can do that. We have you can create your own URL filter application, URL filter objects. You can define your rules, anything. And then this is important, connection management, but this is what I was talking about, VPN load balancing and all, or connection load balancing. So if you want to configure, let's say test connection, you just have to name it. Let's say you want to do it based on network interface. So in our case, it is port, naming convention is port, maybe port 3 is your primary port you want to send the traffic. Then let's say you want to do load balancing, right? So you can define weighted load balancing. Then you just have, you keep on mentioning the network ports. So here you need to mention, let's say port 4. Okay. And just keep on adding port 5. Okay. So now we have 3 ports. You cannot keep the weight. So let's say this is 2 MB and let's say this is 5 MB.
Hello, is it
So
supported APT and sandboxing?
Yeah, we do. So as I said, you can do a lot more here. So this is the SD-WAN settings. Earlier we used to call it TINA settings. Now we have changed it to SD-WAN because everybody is suddenly talking about SD-WAN. So we have to change with the time. So initially we used to show the TINA VPN here, but now we are showing it as a SD-WAN VPN setting.
Sandboxing, you are calling SD1. You are calling SD1.
No, not ATP. I'm talking about
APT
transport VPN. ATP sandboxing is different technology. So for zero-day attack, we'll send the attachment to our sandboxing environment. We'll execute, we'll scan, we'll check for malicious thing. Okay, here with the SD-WAN traffic intelligence, you will see a lot of options: optimize for inbound, outbound, combined bandwidth, optimize for latency. So you do not have to do anything. You can choose to do session load balancing between primary, secondary. You can do traffic deduplication and just hit OK, and you're good to go. Okay. So this is all you can do with Barracuda. You can also do application-based service provider selection, like just application-based service provider selection, name it anything. Just add the application, any application. So let's say you want to create a rule that where you want to apply a QoS based on O365, Salesforce, and LinkedIn. Just select those applications from here. Okay, and just select the application. Here we have the applications listed. So let's say O365, Microsoft, just type in Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft services we have, select O365. Let's say you want Salesforce, select Salesforce. You want LinkedIn, select LinkedIn, and once you hit save, those three applications will appear here. Name it. Select a connection object, which link you want to select. You remember we wanted to create a test connection object. So it's matter of like how you want to configure, how you want to save the configuration, how you want to make use of the Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall. And you can do a lot more with our firewall. That's it. That's all from my end. So any questions? Like,
yeah, my question is that is it the Barracuda firewall support APT and sandboxing by default?
Yeah, we do. No, you have to buy additional license for ATP.
Okay.
So it is there by default, but to enable that feature, you need to buy a license from Barracuda.
Okay.
So I'm going to flash the product data sheet.
Yeah,
okay, so this is the data sheet.
Also.
So here we have the data sheet. Okay.
And please share the presentation also.
Yeah, I will do that. So basically, if you see on the right side, it is already there. NSS recommended. Okay, July 2019, June 2019. Okay, so it is already there. We are ICSL Lab certified. We have FIPS validation, SD-WAN, everything. If you see dedicated SD-WAN test report from NSS Labs, you will find Barracuda on the top. If you see the comparison between Barracuda and other next generation firewall, you will see Barracuda on the top. Okay, so that is the thing. These are the basic feature available with base license. You do not have to pay any additional license fee with these licenses, such as firewall, IPS, application control, dynamic routing, application-based service provider selection, SSL, SD-WAN, web filter, zero-touch deployment is free of cost. Client-to-site and site-to-site VPN is free of cost and unlimited. You do not have to pay any fee for these features. The optional license fee charges like Firewall Insight. I talked about the reporting feature of the firewall, right? So that is additional cost. Then we have ATP, that is additional cost. Malware protection is gateway antivirus. To run ATP, you need to have both advanced threat protection and malware protection both. Okay, we have single SKU for that. You do not have to buy two separate SKU. And then for remote access SSL VPN, you have to buy advanced remote access license. These are the models. So we can go up to 40
4
Gbps.
types we need licensing.
It's yes. So if customer is happy with
if you give us support for the APT and sandboxing without pay any fees or licensing.
That's your wish.
Hello.
It's my wish too. I am saying that is your wish, right? And it is my wish too that I can give you with the base license, but might be my company will not agree to that term and condition. So yes, you have to invest on ATP. Hello.
Hello. Please.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Please. Let's talk about ATP and sandboxing. Please elaborate a few things about that. ATP and sandboxing, please.
So we have ATP. So you first thing is you need ATP license. Optional, you have to procure the license. Okay.
Okay.
With ATP, you can integrate Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall with the ATP. The ATP is cloud based. So if you receive any 0-day attack, like any ransomware, or let's say you are visiting any URL and that maybe that URL is malicious, and you are downloading any malicious content, and if that malicious content does not match with the advanced signature, which is already there in the box itself, we will send that attachment to our sandboxing environment. We will analyze the attachment, and then we'll take decision based on the analysis.
So ATP and sandboxing is actually same thing, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
So advanced threat protection is, let's say I am attacker, I have developed an attack today itself, and none of the security vendor, they have signatures for it. Okay, so we should have visibility to those attachments or malicious payloads, everything. So in that case, ATP functionality will work. And
okay, I get it.
Yeah, I hope you. So I'm looking for. Any other questions? You are free to ask.
So in additional requirement, additional feature we get in this firewall is TINA.
Correct. So TINA is our proprietary VPN protocol.
Yeah.
Can you explain TINA again?
So TINA is our own proprietary VPN protocol. It works on TUDP, ASP. You can choose which which protocol you want to select. It is fast VPN. Okay, you can do a lot of stuff over TINA protocol. You can do traffic deduplication, link load balancing. It will do auto heartbeat monitoring of the VPN tunnel. Okay, so you can do a lot more. So we have sandboxing environment. I just wanted to share this diagram with you.
If we want to configure the VPN to other site and they didn't support the TINA protocol, then I cannot do that.
So TINA you can't do, but with third party you can configure IPsec. We support all third party VPN protocol.
RSA is not supported in your device, I think.
I will check on that. Okay, I will check on that. You're talking about RSA algorithm. So we have secure ID authentication with RSA. RSA I will check. So I have not heard about RSA algorithm. So do you choose it during the phase 1 and phase 2?
Yeah, both sides.
Which firewall you are talking about? Can you please elaborate which firewall use RSA?
If I want to configure VPN to other site, they are asking about RSA. Then what I will do? Then I have to configure with RSA then.
Encryption, hash. So I have never seen RSA algorithm while you configure phase 1 and phase 2. So
okay,
that's why I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
Can you name any firewall with support RSA algorithm?
Yeah, there is Cisco and many other devices support the RSA algorithm.
Cisco.
Yeah.
Is that with IKEv1 or IKEv2?
Is your device support IKEv2?
So this says elliptic curve cryptography ECC to replace RSA and DH. So RSA is equivalent to DH some group, right?
Yeah. Okay, leave it. No problem. It's not submitted in your device. Then we'll forward.
So
forward.
what they says, unlike RSA signature, the RSA encrypted. No, I don't know how to pronounce the method cannot use certificate to exchange public key. Instead, you can ensure that each pair. So is it available with our router or GRE tunnel?
Yeah.
So I need to do some research on that, right? So
Okay. You do research and further update then. Okay.
yeah, I will definitely RC4. So it is public key or something. Encryption means RSA and DH are becoming less. So it says in practice, this means that RSA and DH are becoming less efficient every year. I'll do some research. Do you have any other questions?
Okay.
Please let me know.
Okay. And malware protection, licensing the policy. What is the licensing policy for malware protection?
You just have to buy malware protection ATP, or you can buy a single license to configure both.
What is the feature? What is the policy, licensing policy?
It's like a license to enable it. That's it.
Okay, unlimited. What that is?
So with ATP, that is not user based. That is for 0-day attachment scanning and all. So cloud is scalable. You just have to enable it, and you are good to go.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, can you give me some idea about price, then about the advanced threat protection and malware protection? Can you give me some price idea about that?
So basically, it is depend on the model. So as I've shown you the config, I mean the data sheet, right?
Okay.
So if you see the data sheet, we have different models. So pricing is based on different models. So the ATP licensing will also change based on model, right? It is unlimited. So, but if let's say there are only 5 users in a branch office, we are going to propose F12, right? So ATP will be X. If you are going to position F18, then it will be like X plus Y cost with ATP. So we have firewalls up to 40 Gbps, 46 Gbps. If you enable all the features, the firewall throughput will drop to 13 Gbps. We don't have big, huge chassis-based hardware and all. We are not focusing on those kind of firewalls. So because cloud is the future, okay. So that's why we are more focusing on cloud. We are whatever we are developing, the new features we are developing those features keeping cloud in mind. That is why we are very strong in cloud. If you compare us with our nearest competitor named Cisco or any other platform, they have huge chassis-based hardware available where they can give you 200 Gbps of throughput or maybe more. So we are not focusing on those requirements because we are only focusing on cloud. Okay, because future is cloud, right? You are going to, or maybe after a year or maybe 2 years, Microsoft will set up a data center dedicated in Dhaka. Maybe AWS will come and they will set up a dedicated data center in Dhaka. So they'll go to the users, customers, they will force you out. And in that case, yes, we are good, right? So that is the point of discussion we started. If you remember, we started with cloud, right? So this is the right time to position Barracuda Cloud Generation Firewall to your customers, or if you are a customer, it is the right time to choose Barracuda so that you can have a same sense of security in public cloud as well. Yeah, so that's all from my end. Okay, I have few things in chat window. I'm using X300 firewall ATM. What if I go for cloud from next year? What are the advantages and disadvantages, and what are the things I have to invest on? So I guess we have a few documentation available where you can upgrade your X300 to F-series firewall. If in case of RMS situation, we are not going to ship you X-series firewall, we are going to ship you F-series firewall instead of X-series firewall, and we will not charge you extra cost. So if you are planning to move on cloud, yes, you can plan F-series firewall, and you can also plan to migrate your X-series to F-series as well. Second, if possible, please share with us slide presentation or any valuable. Yes, definitely we are going to share the documentation. Okay. So we also support Microsoft Azure Virtual WAN. We are the first vendor to test our solution with their virtual WAN. Now they have in line to test other solution like Cisco and other. So we have advantage because we have done it on the first instance, and then we are also developing or making it more better and better, right? Is it support APT and sandboxing by default? Yes, we support it by default. You just need a license to enable those features. Then XWAS F series, there are a lot of difference between X and F series. So if you want, we can look for a documentation to migrate from X to F series. We have stopped developing new features on the X firewall. Whatever we are developing on the F series. Okay, so we are ready to migrate you from X to F series. No problem. So my Chrome is visible. Yes, my Chrome, intentionally I made it visible. Any other questions?
I think we are through with questions, Shashwat. If you all have any questions, you can probably reach out to us post the session, or either to Technics or Dhaka Distributors team, or to Shashwat or me directly.
Yeah, so I hope today's session was informative, and I guess you liked the presentation and you like the product as well.
Yeah, Shashwat, Ronnie here.
Yeah, Ronnie bhai, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prakhar and Shashwat. Have a wonderful session.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you all for joining.
Thanks,
so, Ronnie bhai, I'll come back to you with the schedule. So we are I am taking a target to complete the lab setup within this week or early next week.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so I will share my availability and you share your availability. Accordingly, we will join the session. We'll set up control center, and maybe we'll try to set up 1 or 2 firewalls so that we can have another session with our partners and our customers.
Yes, we'll do that.
Okay, bye. Done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Technics team.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Shashwat. Yeah.
No, I am not Bengali. So I am I am based out of. I was born and brought up in north part of India, a place called Dehradun, located in Uttarakhand. But I'm working in Delhi, so it is central capital of India. So I'm here since 2005. Started my career from Delhi. And thank you so much. Thank you as well.
Hello.
Yeah.
Please share the presentation and important document also.
Yeah,
yes,
I will share the same. I will share the same presentation. Okay, so I'll share the presentation with Technics, Ronnie bhai. So if you guys need the presentation, you can directly mail us, me, Prakhar, Ronnie bhai, or any of the member of Technics. Just send an email. We'll share the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.